The movie kicks off on the border of Dhaka between India and Bangladesh, and we see Tyler, a former Special Forces operator, trapped on the bridge connecting the two cities. He's in a heavy firefight with Bangladeshi cops and takes him out before getting shot in the back. Tyler hits the ground, and it's clear he's messed up bad. 2 days before this, we see a teenage kid named Ovi with John leaving school with his buddies. A private car is waiting to take him to a restaurant for lunch and then home. It's obvious Ovi's family is loaded. When he gets to the mansion, he's met by Saju, his dad's right-hand man and protector. Saju gets on Ovi for being late, telling him his dad gave strict orders to come straight home after school. Ovi stays up until everyone in the house is asleep, then hits up his friends to sneak out to a club. He waits for the right moment and heads out to a nightclub with his crew. One of his friends takes him outside to smoke, and before Ovi even joins in, a police patrol pulls up. An officer gets out and asks Ovi and his buddy if they got any illegal stuff. Ovi's friend gets scared and says the stuff isn't his. Suddenly, the officer pulls his gun, takes out Ovi's friend, bags Ovi's head, and kidnaps him. It's clear this corrupt cop grabbed Ovi for someone else, because right after that, Saju visits a dangerous criminal named Mahajan. That's Ovi's dad, the guy Saju works for. Mahajan blames Saju for the kidnapping since he was supposed to be guarding him and tells him to get him back no matter what. He knows his son was snatched in Dhaka, Bangladesh. When Saju mentions they'd need a whole army to get Ovi back, Mahajan threatens him, saying if the kid doesn't return, he'll kill Saju's wife and kid. We find out Saju was a Special Forces fighter back in the day. When he goes home, he tells his wife about the talk with Mahajan and tells her to relax, saying he'll handle the situation. Then we head to Kimberley, Australia, where Tyler, the Special Forces guy, is sleeping on a cliff by the sea. Suddenly, Tyler gets up out of nowhere and dives into the ocean, staying underwater for a long time. He looks totally depressed over his son's death. Tyler goes back to his small shack and finds his friend Nick waiting for him. Nick notices how down he is and tells him she's got a new job for him. See, Tyler does these high-stakes missions for big money now. The mission is to rescue Ovi Mahajan from the rival gang that snatched him and is holding him in Dhaka. She tells him the guy who grabbed Ovi is the most dangerous dude in Bangladesh, Amir Asif. Nick warns Tyler it's going to be a suicide mission once he grabs the kid, but Tyler says he's used to the struggle. Nick says she'll wait for him tomorrow with the details and heads out. At the same time, Saju says goodbye to his wife and flies to Dhaka. The next day, Tyler meets Nick and the team helping with the op on the Dhaka border. They tell him Amir Asif, the guy who kidnapped Ovi, is the biggest drug lord in Bangladesh and has a massive beef with Ovi's dad, Mahajan. That's why he grabbed the kid for revenge. Nick's brother, Yaz, says after Tyler rescues Ovi, 2 teammates will help him get to the chopper for the extraction. He says about 20 armed guys are guarding the kid. The next day, Tyler enters Dhaka and sits at a street cafe after his team contacts the kidnappers, making them think they're going to pay the ransom. Amir Asif's guys call Tyler while watching him, then snatch him in a car and take him to the hideout where Ovi is. The boss asks Tyler for the ransom money, but Tyler insists on seeing the kid and making sure he's okay first. They threaten to kill him if he doesn't hand over the cash, but Tyler stands his ground. The boss is shocked by his guts, even with a gun to his head. Since Tyler isn't flinching, they show him Ovi tied up in a room. Once Tyler confirms Ovi is okay, they tell him if the money doesn't show up, Ovi is toast. They take a bound Tyler out to get the cash, but a sniper from Tyler's team picks off one of the gang members holding him. Tyler overpowers the other guy, finishes him off, and frees his own hands. Amir Asif's guys hear a weird knock on the door, and before the leader can react, Tyler shoots him through the door and bursts in, taking out everyone inside. The sniper, Ghani, stays in position and wipes out the rest of the gang members outside with their guns. Tyler keeps engaging the gang members one by one until he clears them all out after a brutal fight. He refuses to hurt a kid the gang had recruited, just takes the kid's gun and lets him run. He goes in, frees Ovi, and tells him to hide his face so no one recognizes him. Tyler covers his own face too, and they escape through a back door. Tyler then hides Ovi in a car trunk he prepped for the getaway and gets ready to leave Dhaka. Meanwhile, we see Amir Asif, the drug lord who kidnapped Ovi to spite Mahajan. Amir recruits street kids to work for him in illegal business. His men are questioning these kids about some stolen money, and the boys are terrified. One of Amir's men throws a kid off the roof to get them to talk, but still, no one speaks. The guy's about to do it to another kid, but a teenager there named Farhad saves the day by telling Amir the kid who got thrown off was the thief. Amir doesn't believe him, but he's impressed by his bravery. He wants to punish Farhad for lying and tells him to cut off 2 of his fingers. But before Farhad does it, a corrupt cop working for Amir arrives and tells him the news. Amir tells Farhad he's lucky and lets him go, then orders the cop to lock down every exit in the city to catch Ovi and whoever is with him. Back to Tyler, who reaches the borders of Dhaka. He lets Ovi out of the trunk, gives him some food, and calls his team to say he's at the extraction point with Ovi. He records a video of Ovi and sends it so Nick can send it to Mahajan, making sure he knows his son is safe and they get the rest of the money. Nick's team sends the video to Saju's team, who are tracking everything too. At the same time, Tyler flees through the woods to reach a boat. That boat is supposed to take him to a chopper to get them out of Dhaka. The cop with Amir tells him the whole city is locked down with security checkpoints. Amir meets Farhad again, and when he sees him opening the car door, he tells one of his men to give the kid a gun and make him one of the crew. Tyler's team is still waiting for the money transfer from Mahajan, but it never comes. That's because Ovi's dad is trying to screw over Tyler's team since the government froze all his assets. His plan was to pay Nick a deposit to get Tyler to rescue his son, while simultaneously sending Saju to kill Tyler and take Ovi. Saju is actually hiding in the woods and takes out Ghani, the sniper from Tyler's team. But Nick tracks Saju's movements via satellite and tells Tyler someone is close. At the same time, Amir's police forces find the boat Tyler was going to use and realize he's nearby, so they start combing the area. Saju calls out to Ovi so he'll come to him, but Tyler stops him and says they gotta run. Tyler manages to escape Saju, who's chasing him to grab Ovi, and gets back in his car to head into the city. On the way, he tells Ovi his own dad hired them to get him back. He thinks Saju made a deal with Amir Asif to kidnap Ovi again. Tyler and Ovi get trapped between the corrupt cops and Saju. Nick calls him and starts guiding him. Saju manages to steal a police car and chases Tyler while also taking out other police cars belonging to Amir Asif. Saju eventually corners Tyler with his car, but Tyler reverses fast and slams into Saju's car. Saju gets hurt and Tyler takes Ovi, and they both bolt into a nearby apartment building. The cops follow them and start searching. Suddenly, Tyler pops out and attacks one of the cops, finishing him off brutally. Ovi sees what Tyler did and is shocked by the violence. Tyler runs into two more cops and takes them out, then fights a third. An injured soldier tries to grab Ovi, but Ovi escapes him, and Tyler shows up and finishes the cop, taking Ovi to keep running. On the way, they run into a huge group of cops, and Tyler wipes out everyone he meets. They get to a rooftop and jump to the next building. From there, they try to sneak away, but Tyler runs into Saju and they clash. Saju is a former officer and a martial arts pro too. Tyler tries to overpower him and they both fall into the street. After they catch their breath, they get up from the ground and start fighting again with sharp weapons. After a long battle, Tyler manages to beat Saju and drops him, but suddenly a car appears and hits Tyler, sending him flying. Three guys from Farhad's crew show up and try to shoot Tyler, but he takes them all out with his pistol easily. He grabs Ovi and tries to move him away, but suddenly a car hits Saju and he falls. But this time, it's Tyler's team hitting him. The teammate tells Ovi to get in the truck fast, and he does. Tyler drives the transport truck and smashes through every car in his way. The cops track his location and chase him until Tyler gets near a bridge. He and Ovi jump out of the truck and let it slam into a gas pipe after it exits a tunnel. The truck explodes, and Amir is told Tyler and Ovi definitely died in the blast. But Amir tells them he needs to see the bodies first to be sure. At the same time, Tyler escapes with Ovi under the bridge, and they head back into the streets of Dhaka. Saju gets up after getting hit by the car. His body's clearly wrecked, and he's got tons of injuries. Amir finds out Tyler and Ovi are still alive and orders the officer to move all forces to finish them. At night, Tyler sneaks into an old factory with Ovi to rest and starts treating his wounds. Nick calls him and says Amir ordered the cops to shut down the whole city. She explains that Ovi's dad refused to pay the rest of the money and told Saju to steal the kid back after Tyler rescued him. She tells Tyler they'll send a chopper to get him out of Dhaka, but he has to leave Ovi and run because the mission is a bust. But Tyler thinks of his own son and refuses to abandon Ovi, who has bonded with him. Ovi tells him he doesn't agree with his dad's business and thinks he's a criminal. We go back to Saju, who booked a room in a small hotel. His body is covered in serious injuries and his nose is broken. Saju snaps his nose back into place with his hands. Then he calls his wife and son to say goodbye, telling her if he's not back in 12 hours, she should take the kid and the money he left and run far away. Nick then talks to Tyler and says she prepped a chopper for him and Ovi. Tyler wakes Ovi up and they move fast, getting into a car. Tyler tries to start it, but two of Amir's gang members see them and open fire. Tyler moves Ovi away fast, grabs a metal rod, and jams it into the motorcycle wheels of the gang. Tyler is shocked to see they're just kids. He takes their gun but won't hurt them. Suddenly, another group of teenagers starts shooting at them, led by Farhad. Tyler throws a gas grenade and starts hitting them all, dropping them one by one. Farhad fights Tyler violently, but Tyler beats him easily and knocks him down. but refuses to finish him off. He escapes with Ovi, but the cops track them, so he takes Ovi into the sewer tunnels. He calls Nick and tells her to call a friend of his named Gaspar. Hell handle it. He tells her to hurry because he's stuck in the worst-smelling sewer in the world. Nick calls Tyler's friend Gaspar, who reaches them and pulls Tyler out of the sewer, taking them in his car. They go to Gaspar's house to hide from Amir's men until things cool down. Tyler sits with Gaspar, and they reminisce about the old days. Gaspar tells Tyler he owes him his life because Tyler saved him once. After talking a bit, Gaspar leaves Tyler to rest. We go to a nightclub owned by Amir Asif, where Amir is having dinner. Farhad visits him, and it turns out he cut off his own finger and presents it as a gift to Amir. He says it's an apology for failing to kill Tyler. He also asks that when they catch Tyler, he gets to be the one to finish him because he feels Tyler humiliated him. Amir is impressed by Farhad's loyalty and has him sit for dinner. At Gaspar's house, Ovi is awake and Tyler sits next to him. They talk about their lives and Tyler tells Ovi he lost his son to a long illness and always feels guilty because he wasn't there before he died since he was out on a mission. Ovi comforts him and tells him not to be so hard on himself. Gaspar returns home and sits with Tyler to chat like usual. During the talk, he says they're getting old and need money more than before. It turns out Gaspar is a traitor. He tells Tyler that Amir Asif is his friend. He says Amir will give Tyler $10 million and let him walk if he leaves Ovi to be killed. Tyler gets pissed, calls Gaspar a traitor, and hits him. But Gaspar is set on ending it and says he'll kill Ovi himself. Tyler fights him, knocks the gun out of his hand, and they start brawling. Gaspar manages to overpower Tyler and pins him down, trying to finish him. At that moment, Ovi wakes up, grabs Gaspar's gun, and threatens him. Gaspar tries to lung at Ovi, and Ovi fires 2 shots, finishing him off. Ovi sits there in shock and starts crying, telling Tyler he wants to go home. Tyler promises to get him home and that no one will hurt him. He then calls Saju and says he wants to meet to hand over Ovi. He takes Ovi and meets him just like he said. Saju is surprised Tyler is handing Ovi over so easily. He thanks Tyler and says Mahajan would have wiped out his family if he didn't rescue the kid. Tyler insists on the kid getting home safe and agrees with Saju to cover their escape. He says he'll distract Amir's gang while they run. Tyler goes into a building and fires a rocket at a car full of Amir's men, blowing it up. He uses the blast to escape fast in his car with Ovi. The army tracks Tyler and opens fire, hitting his window with a projectile, but Tyler dodges it fast and starts taking out all the soldiers coming at him. At that time, Saju finds the cops have blocked the only path out and are searching every car for Ovi. Saju is forced to get out of the car and walk with Ovi across the bridge. Amir is watching all these developments with the officer. Tyler is busy with the soldiers who pinned him down. One of the officers on the bridge gets suspicious of Saju and orders Ovi to take off the hood to check his ID. As soon as Ovi takes off the cap, the officer recognizes him and tries to kill him, but Saju is faster and takes him out along with 3 other soldiers. The forces on the bridge start engaging him, so Saju hides with Ovi behind a car and picks off anyone who gets close. After Saju takes out most of the forces, Amir Asif orders the officer to send 2 armed units to finish them. Tyler takes out a large number of soldiers he runs into, is also in a massive battle with Amir's soldiers, and wipes out a bunch of them, but gets wounded during the fight. Ovi is hiding and sees soldiers approaching, so he gets out of the bus and moves away. At that time, the corrupt officer with Amir shoots Saju with a sniper rifle and kills him. He then starts picking off Nick's team one by one and pins down Tyler on the bridge, waiting for the right moment to finish him. But at the same time, Nick tracks the officer's position and hides to snipe him. Tyler runs into another group of soldiers and clears them out, but the sniper officer shoots him and Tyler gets hit hard. Before the officer can finish Tyler, who's already killed almost all of Amir's soldiers, Nick picks him off and kills him. Tyler falls to the ground because of his injury and starts imagining his dead son. Ovi reaches him at that moment and sits by him, not wanting to leave, but Tyler tells him to run toward Nick fast. Nick's team takes control of the bridge and preps for the escape as Yaz arrives in the chopper. Nick waits for Tyler and her team so they can all flee, but Tyler refuses to go and tries to protect his team, engaging Amir's remaining soldiers and taking them out. Before he can get there to escape, one of Amir's men shoots Tyler in the back and runs. The one who shot Tyler is Farhad, whom Tyler spared before because he was just a teenager. After being shot, Tyler falls to the ground and struggles to get up. He holds on to the bridge railing and sees Ovi one last time as Ovi runs toward him crying. Tyler looks at him and says goodbye, seeing a vision of his dead son before falling off the bridge into the river. Nick manages to take Ovi and escapes with her team with great difficulty. Amir sees them escaping and knows he lost the battle. 8 months later, Ovi is back to his life after Tyler sacrificed himself to save him. Amir Asif is in a fancy restaurant one day, and his gang is guarding him as usual. He leaves them and goes to the bathroom. Suddenly, he finds Nick standing there. She looks at him, smiles, and fires a shot, finishing him off quietly and walking away. After that, Ovi is at his swimming practice and dives into the water just like Tyler used to do. When he comes up, it looks like Tyler is still alive, standing right there in front of him.